Welcome back to the Blue Line FIC. And we're just about ready to drop the puck here. We're actually quite late getting going here this afternoon. Let's pick up the starting lineups with Mike Grader.
In goal, number 1, junior, Sean Ramos. At left defense, number 11, junior, Matt Flaggett. At right defense, number 12, senior, Ivan Cyril. At right wing, number 15, senior, Jesse Umenta. At left wing, number 14, senior, Brian McMedium. And at center, number 18, senior, Josh Vandenberg. And the rest of the Warriors, coached by Steve Lenz, assisted by Wally Krug, Kip Peters, and Jason Palmatier. And now the lineup for your Fond du Lac Cardinals. In goal, number 35, senior, Matt Sinkbrand. At left defense, number 5, senior, John Coleman. At right defense, number 7, senior, Troy Burgess. At right wing, number 17, sophomore, Mark Murray. At left wing, number 13, junior, Brad Weiland. At center, number 18, senior, Andrew Nelson. And the rest of the Cardinals, coached by Wes Wallen, assisted by P.K. Coleman and Eric Ferdinand. Today's referees are Brad Roethlisberger and Mike Golinchin. Linesman, Eon Found. Will you please rise now for the national anthem?
So we are about ready to drop the puck here at the Blue Line FIC. You know, actually my voice is a tad better here today.
See,
not the greatest.
You'll be a great advertisement for duct tape.
Yeah, and throat lozenges. Halls, Ludens, you name it.
Well, student body back in force again. They've had a workout the last 3 days. Here they're Thursday evening with the game against the Ledgers. Large student body last night, a good one over at the basketball game, and once again, a good one today. Speaking of, let me real quickly give you a little information. Anybody wanting to go to that basketball game, a release here from Jim Steinberg. Tickets were on sale this morning. They did not sell out for the Tuesday guys basketball game over at Sheboygan North. They will be sold again at Goodrich High School on Monday. Staff and students may purchase tickets in room 231 for staff and students. The general public and Office Room 227. So they got about 150, 200 seats left yet. If you want to go to that game, get your tickets in advance for the basketball game Tuesday night over at Sheboygan North.
As on with the face-off, the puck played down the corner to the far side wing. Special K going down to retrieve it down there. And out of the near side corner trying to kick it free. It is picked up now by Josh Vandenberg. Vandenberg working himself around here. Burgess took him down. Loose puck on the far side. There's Claggett, his drive, knocked down by the Zinkmaster. He'll hold on. We're just barely underway here from the blue line FIC. There is no score.
See Matt Zinkroft in the cage again for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. His third game here in tournament action has yet to yield a goal. Thrown a pair of shutouts, a 7-0 game and a 4-0 game.
And he may need to do that again here today, Mike, for the Cards to come out of here, quite frankly.
Well, the Cards are going to score a couple anyway. I don't believe they're going to get shut out by Waupun.
No, I'm not saying that. And moving it up here to the near side wing, here comes Andy King. King leads it back now for Holman with a shot saved. Rebound. Frommels again made the save.
Boy, Frommels comes up with a pair of big ones right there. Nice job in front of the cage. Put that first shot out in front to his left. It was laying right in the crease. Cardinals got a stick on it, but he was able to get back to his left and recover.
And moving it up ice comes Jesse Umentum. They'll dump it in and get a line change on. Abe Searle works it out from behind his own net. Pushed it out to neutral ice. Here's Gerard Guyette. Guyette working the far side wing. Dumped it back down into the Warrior end. As Donnelly goes down there. Can't play it. He's taken off of the play. Puck here to the near side wing. And the Warriors will move it back to neutral ice. Shot right back in once again by Abe Searle. They run it around the rail off onto the far side. Van de Slunt there for Waupun. Warriors looking to clear, and they will. Near side wing is Thermer. Thermer now moving it up ice to Nate DeFries. Down the corner to the near side wing. They try to ride him off. Pushed it back out to the point. Bishop is there. Bishop holding the line. Shot blocked in traffic. Out in front. Turned out, turned right back in once again. Burgess going to get. Plays it back to neutral ice. Picked up here by Pete McIntosh. McIntosh working the far wing as it comes in over the blue line. And it is set up here now. Down the corner to the near side. I see a 19 on the ice. That can't be right. Right out in front. Frommels again dropping on top of it.
16. 9.
18. I don't know what I was seeing. The jersey folded up. I thought I saw 19 for a minute.
12:28 to go here in the first period of action from the blue line FIC. No score yet tonight's hockey game.
Great. My voice is already gone, and now my eyes are going too.
You are a wreck.
This is true. Set up out in front. Weiland was there, could not play the puck. Umentum will bring it back out. Jesse Umentum on the near side wing to Vandenberg. Vandenberg on a hand pass. Yep.
Winner of this game moves on, as we mentioned, to the state tournament in Madison on Thursday evening. And you realize, Dave, every game we do the rest of the way out could be the last for the given team that we follow right now.
Yep.
Every team that plays, whether it be hockey or basketball, from now on, if they don't win, their season comes to an abrupt halt.
And that's, I guess, why more people come out at this time of the year.
Well, they call it March Madness as we enter March.
The crowds really, throughout the regular season, have been down, I thought, considerably this year. But now stepping up again. Vandenberg broken up here by Benji Belanja. Played it to the far wing.
And
we're going to get a penalty here now. To Kevin Klotz is going to go for a hook.
Inadvertent there, the stick got caught up in the Waupun pads.
You know what he's saying? He's saying that the player actually grabbed his stick. Why is he getting called for the penalty?
8 red, minor hooking 8.
And he may have a beef on that one, but that's not going to do any good.
And Wes Bolin all over the officials on that one. I think he's right. I think the player from In other words, the player from Waupun really took a dive is what he did.
Well, he got the stick underneath the shoulder blade on the bottom side, actually, and kind of closed it up. So
Right,
when
he closed it under his arm.
Right, when Close pulls the puck, the stick back, he comes down.
Joe Thurmer.
So first
the
power play of
Warriors on the
tonight's game.
power play, yeah. Johnny Kay pushing this one around the boards. It's held into the point of the far wing. Picked up by Nate DeFries. Centering pass broken up. On the doorstep by Andy Nelson.
Cardinals 2 nights ago, Thursday, were outstanding on a penalty kill. Held the Ledgers 0 for 6 on power plays.
And as a matter of fact, had a shorthanded goal.
Right.
Moving it up ice here once again as Thurmer comes back in. Played to the near side corner. DeFries is there. DeFries worked it out of the corner. Coming back on the near point to Ryan Cota. Poke checked away. Here comes Andy Nelson. Nelson stepping up with a slot shot. Save from Olds. Far side wing as trying to hold, and it is held in by both Donnelly and Murray. Turned right back out now once again by Ryan Cota. Go to the far side wing on the far point is Meadham. Meadham, as he played it in, it was turned right back out again by the Cardinal defense. And now Jesse Umentum. Umentum in over the blue line. Donnelly kicked it back out to neutral ice. They'll reset once again. Ryan Cota played it back in over the blue line. Vandenberg here on the near wing. Sets it up to the face-off circle. Picked up there by Donnelly for the Cardinals. Donnelly, they got it played back to the point. Drive there by Cota, knocked down by the Zigmaster. His second save of the period, he'll hold on.
18 seconds left on the power play. Something else to keep an eye on as this game wears down, Dave, the fact that the Warriors played on Thursday night a triple overtime game to come away with a win at Beaver Dam, and whether or not they have regained their legs as this game wears down to the latter parts.
No effect.
You don't think so?
No. No effect. Not at this time of the year. And they, as I understand, had a day off from school yesterday. They could really rest up. Did not practice yesterday. So they got a full day of rest. And I think
that's a lot of skating time, though, when you play 3 OTs.
Yeah, but no effect. It's shot and a goal. Off of the power play, it's going to go to Ryan Coach, Jesse Umentum. Jesse Umentum on the goal, and Waupun has taken a 1-0 lead. And the Zigmaster has given up his first goal of this tournament.
15 from 11. 15 from 11.
Matt Claggett will get the assist. Waupun scores on the power play and leads it at 1-0. Get a look at it here. Caught me a little off guard. They slide this one down. Umentum steps in, and he shoveled that one past the defender. And now that I get another look at it, it appeared as though Zigraff may have been screened out.
Across the way, the official talking to Wes Boland, something about, it appears to be, I don't know, something to do with Quote says he came back in the penalty box after that power play goal.
Well, of course he would.
Why, I know that, but
I know, I'm not talking to you. Well, whatever. Troy Burgess down the corner of the far side, broken loose there by Clotes. Still loose. Look out, Burgess playing without a stick. Puck rides in on Zincraft. He'll cover it.
Zink's third save of the game. And for the first time in tournament play, the Cardinals on the bottom side of the scoreboard. Broken piece of lumber comes across. The official brings over as he's doing a little housekeeping on the ice.
So we got a face-off. Coming up on the stick side of Matt Zigraff. Sent off into the goal crease, kicked out of there by Abe Searle. Nice defensive job by Abe. Dumped it down the length of the rink. They washed off the icing call. Puck on the near side, going to be played back to neutral ice once again. And back comes Benji Belanja. Picked off here at center ice by DeFries. DeFreeze, drop back pass, shot there by Thurmer, knocked down by Zinkrath, but again he'll cover and hold on.
A pair of goals there by, saves I should say, by Zink. I got the first one off the pads, but it came back out in front of the crease. But Matt able to regather and pick up the loose change. 8:54 to go here in the first period of action. Your KFC scores Waupun 1 and Fond du Lac nothing.
Hey, congratulations, North Fondy Gals defeated Marquezan in the regional championship today. And they will move on to the sectionals next weekend. 2 more big games before they go to state for a second year in a row. And again, it is covered by Zinkrath.
The Warriors get the lead in this hockey game back at 5:20 of the period as Umentum gets the goal, Claggett on the assist, and the Cardinals trail it now 1-0 to Waupun. That was a power play goal.
Right. Brian Coda played it down the corner here to the near side. Special K sweeps it around the boards for Murray. Murray working the boards on the far wing as he got it pushed out. Here comes Weiland. Weiland in on right wing. Lost the handle on the puck, now turns, reloads it. Murray now sends it through the goal crease. Frommels poked it back out. And flying up ice is Umentum here on the near side wing. Picked up by Coda. Brian Coda in over the blue line. Drop back pass, shot there by Meadham. Knocked down by Zinkrath.
Well, the Warriors have come out playing in this first period of good pressure on Fond du Lac. 8 shots on cage thus far for Waupun. Fond du Lac with 4, but very similar to what we saw in the game on Thursday night where the Ledgers came out very hot, really dominated, did not get on the scoreboard, but the same type of shot attempts favored the Ledgers as do Waupun right now, but it was about this point that the Cardinals really turned it around and dominated from there on out.
Joe Bayman on the draw for the Waupun Warriors. Puck played back out to the neutral zone. Turned right back in once again. Waupun really has outplayed the Cardinals here the bulk of this first period. And we have not had much action on Sean Frommels.
For custom fabrication of structural or ornamental steel, it's Manowski Welding Corporation. And see Manowski for your fire protection needs. From industrial to the homeowner, Manowski Welding is at 200 North Main.
Face-off coming up on the glove side this time of Matt Zinkrath as DeFreeze in on the draw, broken free on a poke check, out ahead comes Andy King, shot it goal! Andy King on the poke check at the blue line, throws it out in front, chases it down, and comes in one-on-one with Sean Frommel.
23 red unassisted.
Unassisted.
23 red unassisted.
So King gets the goal unassisted for Fond du Lac to tie it up at 1-1.
So it's a new hockey game all over again. And coming around is Burgess with a stuff shot saved from Olds.
Frommels kept the pads right on the corner of the cage, enabling Burgess to get around him.
Sager could not hold it. Back out come the Warriors. Joe Thurmer and a hand pass coming to the call.
7:14 to go in the first period. Game all knotted up at 1-0 now. At Cardinals get back to even at 7:20 of the period as King gets goal unassisted. KFC scored out, reads Fond du Lac 1 and Waupun 1.
So face-off just inside the Warrior end as King played it down the corner to the near side. They leave it there. Now try to dump it out in front for Belaja. Kick back down low, loose puck out in front, now a pile up. As Clotes gets taken down by Meadham. And the official's going to talk things over with
Abe Searle in there along with Clotes. The discussion over. Ready to drop the puck one more time for the face-off to the stick side of Sean Fromholtz, the Waupun goalie.
And here's Klotz coming in. He gets dumped by Coda. Puck loose down on the baseline. It's run around the rail here to the near side wing. Picked up by Ryan Coda. Moving it up ice. Turned right back out by Special K. Benji Belongia on the far side. Played in deeper by Kevin Klotz. And they'll get a line change on the Fond du Lac Cards. As it is set up here now by Umentum. Umentum lost the handle on it. Now it is pushed out ahead once again by Chris Bishop. Far side wing. And Umentum centering pass, loose puck right in the goal crease. And coming up with it here is the goaltender, Matt Zinkrath.
First shot comes and hits the side of the cage, bounds up in the air, and Zink able to grab it midstream at that point with 6:12 to go in the opening period of play.
So a face-off coming up back in the Cardinal end here once again. And off of the draw. Burgess, now Andy Nelson. Working the boards here to the far side wing. They overlead on the headman pass. And even Searles will go back to get it. Searles played it around the boards here on the near side. And it is picked up by DeFries. Dumped it back on the baseboards to the far wing again. Got it right back out at center ice. Now Burgess sends it back into the zone. And Fromholtz makes the save.
Number 7 here for Sean Fromholtz. Both teams active with shots on goal in the first cage. The Fond du Lac Cardinals with 8 shots on cage, and Waupun with 9 currently, with 5:39 to go in the period.
So, off of the face-off, as it is going to be brought back out by Nate DeFries. And that's going to be offsides, yep.
Nice job poke checking there. Troy Burgess with the stick check right at the blue line creates the offsides.
So the face-off just outside the Cardinal end is Fond du Lac, who is the home team with the last change. And that had to be decided by a coin flip, not because the Cardinals are playing at home. That's an icing call. Isn't that something, Mike, that in the 3 games that the Cardinals played in this tournament, in all 3 of them, they managed to win the flip.
Well, you're living good. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile Company, ceramic and quarry tile, slate, and marble, all installed by our professional craftsmen since 1948. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile at 922-2910. I think West Bowling is probably due a little good luck. It's been a rough season for him. Not too many things have gone right.
Belongia, headmanning it up. Levitt teed it up. It was blocked there for Waupun by Evan Searles. Held in the zone on the far side wing as it was held there by Brian Colleen. They rivet around the boards here to the near side. Coleman pushes it back down for Levitt down the corner. Holding again, here's King. Tees it up, shot, knocked down.
That puck came out of the zone. They got lucky in that one.
Did it come all the way across?
Yeah, it was across, across the way. The Waupun bench not happy about the no call, but nonetheless goes for naught.
And moving it up ice, Joe Bain. Ran it in behind the net. It is played back out to the near side corner and dumped down to the far side. Benji Belongia goes to get it. Belongia on the far side wing. They got it back out to the point. It is held in on the point by Claggett. Dumping it down low. Waupun basically going with 2 lines here and 3 defensemen.
And a whistle, and they're going to call a freeze with 4:13 to go in the opening period of hockey from the Blue Line FIC. Stay tuned. We'll have basketball later on this evening. Oh, check it out.
Signals on 5 for a splash. We got 19 white for a rough.
So, coincidental minors here. A pair of penalties. John Coleman to the box. 2 minutes for a slash. And Joe Bain to the box. 2 minutes for roughing.
I was about to say there, we'll have high school basketball later on this evening as the St. Mary Springs Ledgers will be taking on the Bessemer Bishops. That game being played over at Winnebago Lutheran Academy. The tip-off about 8 o'clock. We'll have it for you at 10 o'clock. And again, big implications in that game. The winner will move on to the state tournament in Wissau basketball. That would be on Friday afternoon at the Milwaukee Center. Is that what it's called now?
The Wisconsin
Center. I knew it was something different than that. Formerly the Mecca.
The old Mecca, yeah. They're going to get a new floor down there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Not before next week.
No.
No, that floor they've had there since the Bucks were there way back.
Right.
Whenever.
Here comes Andy Nelson up high on the slot and it poke checked away. Burgess holding it in. We're skating 5-on-5. Drive by Frommels. Frommels save. And it's going to be dumped down the length of the rink, and that'll be an icing call.
You know, that was one thing I think the city of Milwaukee did well when they got the Bradley Center. They kept the old Mecca and put it to use for some other activities. I think that was a good move. Some talk at the time about dismantling and tearing that building down, but it's still in plenty good shape to fulfill a lot of activities.
Well, the thing that's funny about it, I believe they're two separate organizations or entities,
right.
And they actually compete against each other for events, which has not always been good, but well,
it enables more activities to be in the downtown of Milwaukee. You can have a Bucks or a Marquette or whatever game at the Bradley Center and still have something going on across the street.
Very true. Puck back out to neutral ice. It is set up here now by McIntosh. Dumped it back into the zone. 3:07 to go here, period number 1. All knotted up in one apiece. McIntosh gets dumped. And Guyette slashing at the puck and drives it up into the stands.
2:59 left in period number 1. KFC scores 1-1 between the Warriors and the Cardinals.
So this is going to force a face-off just inside the Cardinal end, as Brad Weiland will go in on the draw with Nate DeFries. And it's laid up against the boards here on the far side wing. DeFries going into bang it free. Bolanja gets a piece of it and dumps it down into the Waupun end. And it is set up here. Picked up by DeFries. Played it back to neutral ice. Far side. Out comes Matt Vandesson. Drive. Skate save by Zinkrab. And now it will come in on Matt. And he will glove it and hold on.
Zink comes up with number 10 and 11 saves here in the period. And by the way, once again, congratulations to the Cardinal basketball team locking up their 5th straight conference championship last night. And especially congratulations to Drew Diener, an outstanding evening. If you didn't see that game either there or on our replay, Drew with 45 points last night, a new school record, breaking his coach and father's record of 40.
Out comes Andy King in over the blue line, teed it up with a shot. Frommels gloved it, he'll hold on.
2:15 left in the period now. See Sean Frommels, the goalie of the Warriors, giving up but 1 goal. Has made 9 saves thus far in the hockey game. Cardinals again with a late change here in lines. Skating on late are Burgess and Colleen.
Well, and again, Mike, they have the last change, so
Right.
they can do that. Centering pass from King right on the doorstep was Bolanja. Couldn't pull the trigger.
Penalty coming.
Yeah, interference going to be the call.
Yep, it's going to go against Waupun.
King is taken down by Brian Meadham. Meadham's going to go for interference. Brian Meadham to the box. 2 minutes interference.
So Cardinals go on their first power play in tonight's game.
And that will force the face-off, and with 2:03 remaining here in period number 1. Let's see if they don't snake Abe Searle out here now and try to drive Coleman down on a wing on this power play. We'll look for it. Coleman back out of the near point. Sets it up with a shot there. Rebound.
Got it.
Goal. Not going to go to Guyan, maybe?
Well, we'll have to check
We'll
it.
have to check it out. I think it might have been.
It was knocked out initially, but Polk checked in.
Got 9 unassisted.
Wow, how could that be unassisted?
9 unassisted. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I don't know how that goes unassisted either.
Gerard
The initial
Guyan
shot.
gets the goal. I don't know how you don't get an assist off of that.
At the 13-18 mark of the first period, power play goal.
I'll tell you, that puck was laying down beneath Fromels, who simply could not find it. And Guyan reached down the stick and poked it in. And it's 2-1 Fondy. Well, we've had a pair of power plays in this hockey game, and there have been a pair of power play goals.
Tells you your best stay out of the box today.
Now that, Mike, has not been a strong suit of the Fond du Lac Cardinals for sure. Power plays in general. So the puck here on the near side wing, and out comes DeFreeze with it on the stick handle, and Coleman rides him off into the boards. DeFreeze now back to the point. Coda there with a shot blocked in traffic. Far side wing, sent back into the slot, sent back out once again. Abe Searle, and they tried to catch King on the breakout once again. I think that's part of the strategy here tonight, Mike. We've seen a lot of that. Cardinals really throwing a man down early. And coming up is Matt Vandeslunt. It's checked off the play. Belanja.
High stick.
Six white minor, high stick.
Yeah, off to the box goes Matt Vandeslunt. Matt Vandeslunt. Two-minute minor for high sticking. And the Cardinals, who are 1 for 1 on the power play, will go right back on it with 31 seconds here in the first period. So the puck played on the far side. Troy Burgess, as he works it up, dumped it down to the baseboards. First man to it is Brad Weiland. Coming around now is Guyan. Gerard Guyan here on the near side wing. Teed it up, that drive deflected by Umentum into the far corner. And now held in on the far point by Coleman. Here's Guyan in the slot, teed it up, shot, fired wide. And that's going to do it on the first period of action. And our score here, KFC score after 1 period of play, Fond du Lac 2 and the Waupun Warriors 1. Our Zamboni time here today is brought to you in part by Baker's String Cheese of St. Cloud. Be a first stringer with Baker's String Cheese. And by First Star Bank. First Star Bank, depend on us for all your banking needs at First Star Bank. And by KFC. Take the hassle out of mealtime with KFC. Now offering home delivery. Call 921-5440 for a bucket of chicken. Mike and I'll be back after this on your WIAA Sectional Hockey Report.
for in the morning.
Thanks, Mom. What about my cookies for the big set?
After dinner, dear.
Mom, when you gonna make dinner?
That I can do right now.
Hello, KFC delivery.
New from KFC, it's our honey barbecue tender roast. And you can get 8 pieces delivered to your door for just $7.99.
Later, Sparky. Later.
We're back at the Blue Line FIC. We played one period of hockey in this sectional championship game. The Fond du Lac Cardinals lead it 2-1 after going down early in this hockey game at the 5:20 mark. Waupun gets a goal, a power play goal to take a 1-0 lead, but the Cards come back with a pair of unanswered goals and now have taken the lead 2-1. A lot of similarities in this hockey game to the one we saw the Cardinals play on Thursday evening right here, where they came out very slow, which is per normal for them, but then really turned it up midstream in the first period, and then from there on have kind of dominated this hockey game, but an awful lot to be played yet. We've played just one period of action. Stat-wise here in the first frame, the Cardinals outshoot the Warriors by a 13-11 margin. 10 saves in the period for Matt Zincraft in the cage, the Cardinals. Sean Promholtz has 11 saves for the Warriors. Cardinals pick up a pair of penalties for 4 minutes. The Warriors 3 for 6 minutes. Each team was 1 for 1 on the power play in the first period. And keep in mind, the Cardinals have 1 minute and 30 seconds of power play action remaining as they begin the second period of play. Our stats today brought to you by First Star Bank of Fond du Lac. Depend on us for all your banking needs. That's First Star Bank. We'll be right back and take a look at the scoring highlights here from the first period of play right after this on your Cardinal Sectional Championship Report.
Len's Sales, Service, and Leasing is where nice cars are sold, serviced, and leased. Plus, Jerry features complete auto care service, towing, and body work. Jerry Len's Sales and Service at South Military Road at Seymour Streets. The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery has a board of certified surgeons to help you. So whether a condition exists for weekend warriorism, work, or from around the house, the doctors at the Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery can help. The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery at 73 East 1st Street.
Well, the Fond du Lac Cardinals lead it 2-1 here after one period of play. Let's show you how we've gotten to that point. The Warriors get on the board first in this afternoon's hockey game here from Fond du Lac, as Umentum gets the goal. Claggett on assist, a power play goal for the Warriors. That get the goal just as the power play is about to expire, but officially a PP goal. And here's Dave Preston with the goal.
So they got a full day of rest. And
that's a lot of skating time, though. You play 3 OTs.
Yeah, but no effect. It's shot and a goal. Off of the power play, it's going to go to Ryan Coach Jesse.
Appeared as though Zincraft may have been blocked out and didn't have a good view of that puck because he really didn't react to it until it was almost past them. But at any rate, it was a 1-0 lead for the Warriors. And again, the first goal that he's given up in the tournament plays, so he has been outstanding in this tournament thus far. Cardinals come back and knot it up on a power play of their own. At 7:20 of the period, King gets the goal unassisted, give the Cardinals a 1-1 tie, and here's the goal of Andy King.
That's a grab. As DeFreeze. You know, they draw a broken free on a poke check. On ahead comes Andy King. Shot and goal. Andy King on the poke check at the blue line.
King takes the puck away right in the blue line and does a good job, but really froze Sean Fromholtz in the cage. Didn't react at all as King able to go right up on him and keep the puck on the ice, getting it to the near side of the cage. Cardinals tied up at 1-1. Fond du Lac getting a goal at 13:18 of the period, with Guyette getting the goal. And that one goes unassisted also. And here's the call once again.
This power play. We'll look for it. Coleman back on the near point. Sets it up with a shot there. Rebound.
Well, you saw Sean Fromholtz had the initial save. The puck was laying right up beneath him, and he could not get it covered. And Guyette able to get that stick on it and shove it clean into the cage to give the Cardinals their current 2-1 lead after one period of play. Keep in mind, once again, the Cardinals on the power play for another 1:30 as we resume in the second period of play. But before that, we'll take a break and be right back with the second period right after this on your Cardinal Hockey Report.
Your headquarters for Packard stuff this year is Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac. And Team Sports has those ever-popular letter jackets for your favorite area school in stock. Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac, right across from Veterans Park.
Welcome back here to the Blue Line FIC. Hey, one of the guys in the stands here today is just talking to him for a bit, Drew Diener, who, with the 45 points last night to break his dad's record. And I'm sure his dad, Mike, was, that Dick was very happy that if anybody was going to break his record, that it was Drew. And, yeah, you can get a quickie shot of him here in attendance at the hockey game here this afternoon. He, along with Casey Jekyll.
There's
And
Casey
so,
down there.
yeah, so off of the face-off, Cardinals now moving from left to right on your television screen. And how about those Mayville Cardinals last night, Mike? Upsetting the Marquezan Hornets. Drive, center goal, Johnny Coleman. On the power play, John Coleman gets the goal.
No goal, into the crease, no goal. Six comes back in.
No goal.
No goal.
Oh, boy.
Are they saying that that was redirected?
No, say the man in the crease.
Oh, man in the crease. I didn't hear him, Mike.
Yep, man in the crease is what they called. We erase that one.
So
Cardinals
Matt
get one.
Vandeslund comes back in. The Warriors right now, I know that, and here he is now. Josh Vandenberg, he was not out on the ice when they came out initially to warm up.
Apparently had a cut under the chin or something.
Right, that they had taped up. And then all of a sudden he went back into the locker room. Now he's back out. Now, Wes Bolin.
Hey, Wes getting away with a mini timeout over there.
Face off just outside the blue line. So we're back to a 2-1 score instead of 3-1. Burgess sliding it across here for Special K. They come into Andy King. King drops this one back for Belongia to Coleman. Coleman sliding it in, shot save from Fromholtz. Belongia crashing down the far side corner. This one is dumped down the length of the rink. 43 seconds remaining here in the man-at. Cardinals reset and look to bring it back out. It slides all. They missed on the headman pass in Waupun. Able to clear it back out to neutral ice.
28 seconds left on the power play.
It's played back in, and then Vandenberg sent it up into the stands.
Sean Fromholtz, goalie for Waupun, comes into this game with an 89 save percentage and a 3.3 goal against average. That's not too bad.
Well, both these teams, Mike, have had trouble throughout the season putting the puck in the net.
So that's why we'll probably have an 8-7 game today.
Yeah, isn't that about the size of it? I mean, quite frankly, for the Cardinals to have scored 11 goals in their last two games when you look at what they've done throughout the season, that's pretty amazing.
Well, part of that, though, you have to look at the fact that they're starting to get a little bit healthy, too. And we're banged up, and they've got the full roster together for the first time in playoffs.
Pulled back. Drive by Coleman. Save Frommel's. Rebound. Loose in the crease, and Frommel's will drop on top of it. Right there was Belanja, and the Warriors, as the penalty clock ticks down, go back to full strength.
13:29 left in period number 2. Cardinals with a 2-1 lead over the Warriors of Waupun.
So we will have a face-off in the Cardinal end. Or in the Waupun end, my mistake. What am I talking about? Here's Abe Searle. Searle's shot knocked down in the slot. Loose puck into the slot. And now it'll be cleared out by Vandenberg. Josh Vandenberg flying up ice. Vandenberg had it poke checked away by Special K. Far side wing as it is set up by Meadham. Lost the handle on it. Coleman plays it to the near side for Jimmy Fields. Knocked down. Held in on the point on the near side. Teed up their drive. Saved by Zinkrab. Far side corner once again. As Abe Searle pins the puck up on the baseboard. It is dug out now. Here's Umentum. Jesse Umentum sweeps it off onto the far side wing once again. Set up there by Meadham. Meadham, now Umentum. Umentum coming in towards the slot. Poke checked away. And John Coleman is going to bring it back out. Now he shot it up into the bench.
Well, they better gather a lot of pucks in this hockey game. Souvenirs plenty. 12:33 left now in the period.
Later on tonight, Springs and Mesmer for the Region 3 championship. And I wish that on the gal side that we could bring you the Winnebago Lutheran Lakeside Lutheran game. But number one, we're just not going to get away from here in time.
That's the biggest reason.
That's the biggest reason
just
right
wouldn't
there.
be able to get over there before it starts.
Another reason being that I don't know if I can call 3 games today. Mike's probably going to end up calling probably at least half of the Springs Mesmer game here tonight. We'll see if I've got any voice left at all. And the puck here on the near side is knocked down there by Colleen. Sent it off onto the near side wing. Sent back into the slot. And right on the doorstep there was Van de Slut. Couldn't get a piece of it. Broken up, sent back to neutral ice by Colleen. Loose puck now at center ice. McIntosh as he dumps it down into the Warrior end. First player to it is going to be Thurmer. Thurmer for the Warriors could not clear it. Out behind the net. Centered up by Guy. It's had a goal. Dave Sager will get the goal. Dave Sager on the goal.
15 from 9. 15-9.
And Gerard Guyette with the assist. And the Cardinals have a surprising 3-1 lead. I would not be surprised, don't get me wrong, folks, if the Cardinals win this game. I'm just surprised that we've scored 3 goals here and we're only at the beginning of the second period. Brian Cota with a drive, fired wide. Runs the rail off onto the far side wing. Vandenberg can't hold it. Back up come the Cardinals. Chasing it down is Benji Belanja. Belanja walking into the slot. He gets checked off on a play nicely. Puck loose down to the baseboards into the near side corner. Dug out now by Cota. Centering pass on the doorstep there was King. Couldn't pull the trigger. Back out comes Vandenberg. Vandenberg shot blocked in traffic. Coleman goes to get it far side wing. Holding is Vandenberg. Vandenberg now Umentum has this one up to the far side off the plexiglass. And now the Cardinals should be able to clear. Abe Searle moving it up ice as he dumped it down the corner of the near side wing. And it is picked right back up again by Searle. Now Belanja going into the corner. Belanja going to dig it out. Played it back for Searle. Ahead they come. Weiland there with a shot saved by Fromels.
Framos has had a problem on a couple of them being screened out. On the goal he gave up back at 3:25, as a matter of fact. Sager gets that goal. Gayet gets the assist. And you can see he really didn't react to that puck either.
Are the Cardinal fans rocking the stands here this afternoon? Second largest crowd that they've had for a Fondy game here this year, I'm sure. Sent back to neutral ice. Colleen runs it off onto the far side as Coda played it back to the Cardinal blue line. DeFreeze in with it on the right wing. Locked in traffic. Burgess sends it out. Ahead they come for Nelson. And a poke checked away down the near side corner. Claggett gets taken down. Into the near corner to Freeze, busting it out. Sent back in by Colleen. Cardinals are offside. They weren't about to give Murray a chance to get back out.
9:53 left in period number 2. You see your KFC score final act leading at 3-1.
Cardinals missing a trip to the state tournament last year. Trying to go for the 5th time in 6 years.
They're going to bring these puck all the way down into the Cardinals zone, facing off just the right side of Matt Sigcraft.
For whatever reason, Mike, they're going to call that an intentional offside. Teed up that shot, blocked by Melancha. And on the Meadham, can't push it towards the slot. It's kicked back out. Here comes King. Andy King in on right wing, sends it to the middle. Shot there by Close. Blocked by Framos.
Good job there.
Back out comes Meadham. Meadham poke checked away by Abe Searle. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
it's fine.
Meadham was coming in like we had something going there. And off of the far side, it is Andy King pinned up there. Now Umentum kicks it out, but it is picked up by Special K. And now what do we got? Penalty here.
23 red, minor unsportsmanlike.
Ah, come on. Andy King to the box, 2 minutes for unsportsmanship. And Waupun, who is 1 for 1, will go on the power play.
Get back at that 2-on-1 bust out. A nice job here by Framos as they slide the puck across the ice to Close. Good execution, but just good goaltending.
Well, I tell you, I have never seen Wes Bowen so many times all over the officials, and he was just on him again here on that call. It's unusual for Wes. He's you got to get him pretty upset. And it is pulled back out to the point. Drive, Zincraft, wow, barely made the save. Tried to recenter, it was knocked down again by Zink. Back out of the far point. Drive there by Coda. That one fired wide. And up in the stands. And
all right, up in front of us.
Everybody pretty wide awake. All kinds of hands flying up to knock that one down.
Another souvenir.
So
1:24 left on the power play for the Warriors.
Force a face-off on the stick side of Matt Zincraft. Vandenberg pulled it back here to Claggett on the point. Back to Coda. Shot blocked by Weiland. Vandenberg goes back to get it again. Coming in here with a shot. Zincraft made the save.
Warriors, after having a very quiet first 5 minutes of this period, have stepped it up here a tad now. Have got some pressure on this power play on the Cardinals.
So a face-off, this time to the glove side. Coda on the far point. And the official now got in the way. The puck almost slid down, does. Poked back there by Weiland. Waupun has to come out and reload. Claggett back into his own end. 57 seconds remaining in the man ad. Cardinals coming down and attacking here a bit. Not the way they did against Springs, but still they're right there. Umentum in over the right wing. Umentum comes out behind. He lost the handle on it. Coleman down there to challenge him. And now Troy Burgess took it away, and he clears it back to neutral ice.
And a penalty here on Waupun. Slashing, I believe, is going to go against Vandenberg.
5 red, minor slashing, 18 white, minor slash.
Oh, we got matching minors. They called it on Coleman, too.
Coleman
He
doesn't know it.
Yet.
No, he doesn't know it.
Yeah. So John Coleman to the box, too.
Second time for the Coleman to go to the box in this game.
2 minutes on his slash. So it's coincidental, and it won't go up on the clock.
At the 7:15 mark of the second period, we have
So the Cardinals with a pair in the box right now. 36 seconds left on that power play for the Warriors.
So, well, I'll tell you, Cardinals probably got the worst end of this, though. When you got to put Special K in the box, Mike, that takes a lot away from you. Where Waupun, I think, can survive without Vandenberg.
Oh, he's one of their better players.
No doubt. But they can survive without him. It's a little tougher for the Cards. It puts us number 1 down to 3 defensemen. And on the far side, it's kicked free here by Murray. And he sent it back down to the Warrior end. 14 seconds remaining in the man ad. Out at neutral ice, Burgess dumps it back in once again. Down to 4 seconds of the man advantage, and now what do we got? Had another whistle.
I think they on the near side board, DeFree was down. I don't know if that's what they were whistling, see if he was okay, but at any rate, they're going to drop the puck in the Waupun end with 2 seconds left on the power
and
play.
then King will come out. You know, I threw a can of soda out in the snow. And here comes King, and the Cardinals back to full strength. Threw a can of soda out in the snow before the game, so it would be nice and cold. And somebody stole it.
Well,
who was out there during the game on that end of the building? Coming in, Belongia here with a shot, and they filled the hole, refilled the hole with snow. Get that one.
well, maybe you thought you lost your spot.
Yeah, right. Puck down out behind here now. Set up by Belongia. Belongia working out of the far side corner. 5-on-5 hockey here, even though we have a couple of guys in the box. Rides in here on Frommels. He made the save.
A little premature whistle there.
Real quick whistle, yes.
Frommel slides in on Frommel. Well, he should have covered it easy, but it got away from him. But fortunately for Waupun, whistle sounds. With 6:30 to go here in the second period of play. Cardinals lead it by 2 goals.
Gerard Guyette, who has played very well the last 2-3 games, Mike. Seemed like it took him a while to really find his niche on this team, but last couple of weeks, boy, he's looked tough. Sent off onto the far side and held in there by Joe Boehm. Puck out to the point. Drive there. That one blocked in traffic by Evan Searles. Now sent back to neutral ice. They miss Levitt on the headman pass. Chasing it down here on the far wing is Searles. Searles trying to bang it out of the zone. Cannot. Near side now. McIntosh coming around here with his stuff. That one blocked by Frommels. And Ryan Cota looks to bring it back out, and he will. Turn right back the other way by Guyette. Back down to the Warrior end. 5:35 here in period number 2. 3-1 your KFC score.
Final act complete. Continues to dominate period number 2, outshooting the Warriors 9-3 thus far in the period.
Did I ever finish that before that Mayville bumped off Marquezan last night, upset the Marquezan Hornets, and thereby Laconia wins the Flyway Conference outright.
Right. And North Fond du Lac misses a chance by losing to Laconia.
Right. And yeah, they could have won it outright.
Right.
But
well, congratulations to Lucky.
Words,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he's a good guy over there at Laconia. Worked
They
hard in
haven't
his
won it in
program.
a long time either.
No.
17 years or something like that.
Flyway's turned into a nice conference.
Yes, it has. Teed up here, shot by Colleen, gloved by Frommels. Again, he'll hold on.
9th save here in the period by Sean Frommels. He's got 20 thus far in the hockey game.
Now that conference, you know, too bad that a number of the teams wind up playing each other early in tournament play because they could probably do some damage.
Well, unfortunately, in tournament play, you do things geographically, and you do that for travel purposes. But I think I've always thought it would be kind of fun if you put all the teams in a hat, per se, and you play no matter who you get, any place in the state, rather than going right back at basically your same conference again.
Yeah, just what I want to do is travel up to Superior.
Well, it's not economically feasible, but it would be a lot of fun to do it that way.
It's a 3-day trip to get up there if you can get by all the moose.
Well, you could go to like Cedar Grove, as Craig Hoffman was talking about last night. That's someplace in a different country.
Right.
Up there near Cadott.
Vandeslund moving it up ice here with a shot. And turned back to the far side corner. Umentum, he's bumped off of the play. Now Evan Searles, Umentum is still there. Sends it back in behind the net. Bolanja goes to get it. Benji will clear it out. Working it up on the far side wing. Cards wanted a line change. I don't know why they didn't dump that a little deeper into the zone. They didn't recognize that real well, and Vandenberg came up one-on-one with John Coleman, who's just out of the box. Bolanja lost the handle on it on the far wing. Coleman back at his own blue line. Ahead for King. King teed it up, shot, Frommel save. 3:42 here in the period. And that one dumped down the length of the rink. Chases on Burgess and Vandenberg. And neither one of them got a piece of it. It's centered up, but Clotes got it. Kevin Clotes working out ahead for Bolanja. It comes off anyway to King. Draws this one back to the far point. King played it back, or Benji Bolanja played it back down the corner. Now here comes McIntosh. Pete McIntosh, he's bumped off of the play. Teed up here, shot by Burgess is deflected and all the way back down into the Cardinal end. 3-1 your score in favor of the Cardinals. And the puck played back up through neutral ice. Run around the rail here onto the near side wing as it is set up and brought out here by Matt Vandeslund. Back to the neutral zone, and this one will be sent back down into the Cardinal end once again. Brought back out, here comes Guyette. Guyette's shot saved by Frommels. Dumped back to neutral ice again. Jesse Umentum, along with Coleman, Umentum, working around the far wing. Vandenberg played it back down into the corner. Comes in on the side of the cage, and Matt Zinkraft will cover it there.
2:10 to go in the second period of play. The Cardinals hold on to the 2-goal edge. At this point, as we get to the latter parts of period number 2, I think especially for Waupun, whoever gets this next goal is going to be key. If Fond du Lac gets a 4-1 lead, I'm not so sure Waupun's going to have an opportunity to get back in this hockey game, because I don't think that Fond du Lac will give up 3 goals in the last period. So I think Waupun's at the point right now, they cannot afford to give up another goal. If Fond du Lac scores one more, I think they're going to the state tournament.
I think you're right. And Waupun has shown little signs of life. Shot fired wide by Coleman. And you might be right about a statement that you made before. Maybe the legs are a little weary. As Josh Vandenberg can't get the shot away, it's poke checked into the near corner. Now centered in front. There's Vandenberg out in front. Coleman went down. Meet him. Far side wing, cleared back to the point. Coda holding. And now gloved out of the air by Zinkrab, and there's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that was a foolish move.
By Abe Searle. As he knocked down Brian Meadham.
I mean, there was no need for that. That was just a hit from the backside.
And Searle's going to go, and Waupun's going to go on the power play.
32 right up for a cross check.
Well,
you don't want to give them opportunities that they did not earn.
Well, they just did.
So the Warriors, they're going to take a pair here, Dave. I thought there was some, I don't know what this is for. We'll have to catch officially what it was, as they're going to take a long.
They took the guy who got checked. Meadham's in the box as well.
What do they call that? Late hit.
A late hit.
I've never heard that terminology before. I don't know what they call it. I mean, not to be honest about it, Dave. That I think it's a pretty tough call.
That second penalty was.
That's a pretty tough call to make on momentum.
No,
or medium. I mean, medium.
Yep. And here's Ryan Coda. Coda moving it up ice. Comes in with a shot saved by the Zingmaster. Well, I tell you, Ryan Coda had an excellent look at that net and could not put it past Zink. Tell you what he did, Mike. He put it right into the breadbasket.
Yeah, he got it high, but I've been saying for a week now that the Zink has really gotten hot. He's a hot goalie, and that can take you an awful long way. You get yourself a hot goalie with the fine defenseman that Fond du Lac has, and it puts you in a good position.
So the puck out here on the near point, Claggett. And we're down to a minute to go here in period number 2. 3-1 score in favor of the Cardinals. Claggett, shot, deflected. Runs off onto the far side wing. And the Cardinals, here comes Special K. John Coleman. Had it poke checked away at neutral ice. Now Burgess in with a shot. Where did that one go? Off the baseboard?
Far side of the baseboard, right. Far side of the cage. Just missed the cage.
I'll tell you what, it almost appeared to me that it went ripping through a hole in the net, didn't it?
Burgess put enough behind it. I think it probably would have gone through the net. 32 seconds left in the period.
As you got another look at it there. Andy Nelson in on the draw. Burgess holding. Dumps it down the corner of the far wing. Centering pass through the slot. Into the near side wing. Benji Belonja goes to get it. Now Claggett. Claggett picks it up. And here comes Josh Vandenberg in over the line. Now Umentum, Jesse Umentum. Puck pinned up against the far wing boards. Dug out there by Coleman to 2-1. That'll do it. Guess what I forgot again?
Well, I think you just tell them about it.
Yeah, and we'll remind you that the official Zamboni Time snack food of the video sports team indeed is Baker string cheese. Each stick of Baker string cheese, only 79 calories. It's very low fat. The perfect snack food to send along with the kids, or heck, moms and dads, take it along in your own lunch. Available at fine food stores everywhere in the state. That's the award-winning Baker string cheese, 100% natural. Also brought to you here today by First Star Bank. Depend on us for all your banking needs. That's First Star Bank. And by KFC. Now featuring home delivery. Take the hassle out of mealtime with KFC. Call 921-5440. And we'll be back here at the Blue Line FIC with the highlights and the statistics from that second period after this on your WIAA sectional hockey report.
There's no job too large or small for Spees Painting and Decorating. From sandblasting and power washing to in-shop painting of your items, whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spees can handle it. Spees at 921-7107.
For all your skating needs, come to the Sport Shop 2. Figure, hockey, or pleasure skating, the Sport Shop 2 has the area's largest selection of hockey equipment from Cooper to Bauer, including used equipment. See new line of figure skating apparel, boots, and skates at the Sport Shop 2 and the Penalty Box, downtown Fond du Lac.
At Marine Credit Union, we want to make life just a little easier for you. That's why we have 3 locations in the Fond du Lac area to serve you. We offer loans, ATMs, credit cards, and now totally free checking. That's right, no minimum balance, no monthly service charge, and no per check charge. At Marine Credit Union, with 2 locations in Fond du Lac and 1 in North Fond du Lac to serve you.
Well, we're two-thirds the way through this sectional championship hockey game here in Fond du Lac's Blue Line Family Ice Center. And the Cardinals lead it 3-1 over the Warriors of Waupun. Fond du Lac scoring the one and only goal of the period, that coming at 3:25. Sager getting a goal to make it 3-1. Stat-wise, for the second period of play, Fond du Lac continues to dominate the stat chart. 13 shots on cage for Fond du Lac. Check that, 6 for Waupun. 6 saves in the period for Matt Zinkcraft. The Zinkmaster now with 16 game saves overall. 12 saves for Sean Fromholtz, the goalie for the Warriors. He has a game total of 23 thus far. Cardinals do pick up 3 penalties for 6 minutes, and Waupun 2 for 4 minutes. As a result of those penalties, the Cardinals were 0 for 1 on the power play, and Waupun was 0 for 2. Our stats brought to you by First Star Bank of Fond du Lac. Depend on us for all your banking needs. That's First Star Bank helping us bring you today's Cablecast. We'll be right back. Look at the Sager score right after this on your Cardinal Sectional Championship Report.
There's no job too large or small for Spees Painting and Decorating. Whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, from sandblasting and power washing to in-shop painting of your items, the crew from Spees can handle it. Call Ron Spees at 921-7107, Spees Painting and Decorating.
Going ice skating at the new Blue Line Family Ice Center and need skates? Don't worry, just go to the Penalty Box Pro Shop at the Ice Center and rent them. The Ice Center has family skating on every Sunday evening from 5 until 8 p.m. That's the Penalty Box Pro Shop inside the Blue Line FIC.
Well, as we entered period number 2, the Cardinals did own a 2-1 lead. They extend that to 3-1 at 3:25 of the period as Sager gets the goal. Guyette on an assist, and Fond du Lac extends their lead, and here's Dave Preston with the call.
As he dumps it down into the Warrior end. First player to it is going to be Thurmer. Thurmer for the Warriors could not clear it. Out behind the net. Centered up by Guyette. Setting home. Dave Sager will get the goal.
Sager's goal gives the Cardinals a 3-1 lead, and that's where we stand here after 2 periods of hockey. Cardinals getting goals from 3 different individuals. King and Guyette in the first period, both of those went unassisted, and Sager here in the second with Guyette on the assist. Once again, we have a moment here. I want to remind you on a release here from Jim Steinberg, athletic director of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. for tickets of the basketball game, the regional game over at Sheboygan North on Tuesday evening, and that should be a Jim Dandy, folks. If you want tickets for that, they were on sale on Tuesday morning. They still have a few left. They actually have about 150, I guess, left. They will be sold at Goodrich High on Monday. Staff and students may purchase tickets in room 231. I think it's 231. And the general public may pick them up in the office room 227 at Goodrich High. That's for the sectional, check that, the regional tournament game for the Fond du Lac boys basketball team on Tuesday night at Sheboygan North. So if you get a good over there, get your tickets ahead of time, because I do suspect that will be a sellout. Business at hand, the Cardinals 15 minutes away from a return trip to the Dane County Coliseum in Madison. Just have to hold on to that 2-goal edge. We'll be right back for the final 15 minutes of play right after this on your Cardinal Sectional Tournament Report.
Fond du Lac Schwinn Cyclery features a full line of Trek and Schwinn bikes and biker gear to match. See their selection of exercise equipment, including treadmills and exercise bikes, at the place for the serious biker, 209 South Main. Lens Sales, Service, and Leasing is where nice cars are sold, serviced, and leased. Plus, Jerry features complete auto care service, towing, and body work. Jerry Lens Sales and Service at South Military Road at Seymour Streets. The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery has a board of certified surgeons to help you. So whether a condition exists for weekend warriorism, work, or from around the house, the doctors at the Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery can help. The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery at 73 East 1st Street. Your headquarters for Packard stuff this year is Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac. And Team Sports has those ever-popular letter jackets for your favorite area school in stock. Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac, right across from Veterans Park.
Third and final period of action getting underway here from the Blue Line FIC. A winner with a trip. We're down to 16 teams remaining in the state, of course, as we started the day.
And as we close it, there will be but 8, and they will all make a trip to Madison.
And play at the Great Dane on Thursday. And right now, the Cardinals with the upper hand. I would say, Mike, within the first 5 minutes here, might be imperative for Waupun to get something.
I think you're right. They've got to get something positive happen. And again, if they give up another goal in this game, no matter when it comes, talking about Waupun, I don't think that they will have a chance to win this hockey game. And now both players up, skate across. Abe Searle out of the box, along with Brian Meadham.
Badgers were down by 11 at halftime.
I didn't know that.
Not unusual.
No, it's fun.
And set up Senegal. Benji Malanja. Benji Malanja is going to get the goal.
Red for me, 3 for me.
And give an assist, I believe, to Kevin Clotes, if I caught that right, yes. Kevin Clotes will get the assist. And oh my gosh, the Cardinals lead it at 4-1 over Waupun.
Well, Dave, if we were correct on our thinking, this one's all but over.
And on the other hand, Mike, there's that kiss of death 4-goal lead. But
the Cardinals are not going to, I just can't see them giving up that many goals.
Well, I'll tell you what. Teed up by Clotes, shot blocked in traffic. Or make that guy in. I'll tell you what, Mike. When you have a team that has the kind of record that the Fond du Lac Cardinals had coming into this game, I don't care if you got a 6-goal lead. You're not gonna lay back and rest on your laurels.
Well,
you just have not won many throughout the year.
the big difference is, Dave, is you're playing, the game now dictates your strength, defense, as opposed to it being down where your strength would, the weakness would be the offense. So right now, this whole thing is playing right into Fond du Lac's strength.
And oddly enough, a switch by defense coach P.J. Coleman in the last 2 games, I think, has made the difference, or some difference.
And Coleman and Burgess?
Yes. They've gotten a lot more firepower, a lot more forecheck.
I think they've got a lot more physical, too.
Yes. And now Burgess, now C. Searle will skate with Coleman, but
it's just that initial.
Well, but you see it at times throughout the game. Then they'll rest one or the other a little bit. McIntosh, his centering pass, was looking for Donnelly on the doorstep, can't get there. Ryan Cota, poke checked it away. 4-1 Fond du Lac. And this one is dumped down into the Cardinal end by Joe Babe. Played out behind. Here is Guyette. Back out to the point on the near side. Wing Ryan Cota. Joe Babe had it blocked there by Nelson. And then Babe tried to push him in over the blue line to get it off sides, but could not. Coleman, Cardinals now will more than likely put the back check on in this game. But Waupun, much like the Springs, Mike, the other night, has looked a little bit weary.
Well, I still contend that when you play a 3 overtime game 2 days ago, they're young, and I understand all that in a day of rest, but you just don't bounce back. A 3 overtime game takes a lot out of you.
Coleman played it here onto the near side. Down low now is Bain. Well, they may not have used their line changes the way as frequently as they should have. Ryan Meadham trying to come to Umentum. Jesse Umentum, they overskate the play, and it's turned back out by Special K. Back in is Claggett. On the far side, centering pass, broken up there by Searle. Slides through the slot onto the near side corner and kick back to neutral ice. Whistle stoppage of play.
2-line pass?
Yep.
Oh, icing.
Oh, we call a game.
Holland Carpentry and Repair provides quality remodeling and complete home repairs to the area for the past 16 years. Call 921-6493. It's Holland Carpentry and Repair.
So the face-off coming up back in the Cardinal end. And the bucket is picked up here. Brought back to the blue line, down the corner to the near side wing. Burgess sweeps it off on the far side. Belanja, he gets taken down. Puck comes off loose down to the baseboards. Close, and now Dave Sager. Sager had a poke checked away, coming around from behind.
Hit the pipe.
By Vandison, hit the pipe, yep.
And they're going to have an icing call. Well, the Cardinals get that 3-goal lead 50 seconds into the period as Belanja gets the goal. Klotz with an assist. And Fond du Lac now with a commanding 4-1 lead with 11:26 left.
So a face-off coming up back in the Cardinal end. And the puck played to the far side wing. It is moved up, turned back the other way by Vandeslunt. Played it in over the blue line, and now Claggett. Now they got to wait. There's going to be an intentional offsides, maybe no. As they had to wait there for Vandeslunt to get back out and tag up. Cards trying to clear, they do. Burgess played it to the far side. Claggett goes back to get it. Working it up ice, and they were changing lines. Did not catch the headman pass. Jesse Umentum, and do we got a penalty?
Yes, we do. Let's check it.
Got 6 right charge, 6.
Brian Colleen to the box, 2 minutes for charging. And it will bring about a face-off in the neutral zone. It's teed up by Abe Searle, driven down the length of the ring.
And the Warriors are 1 for 3 on the power play.
Jesse Umentum on ahead here for Josh Vandenberg. Vandenberg, they look to play it out in front. It was poke checked away and then rides in on Zinkgraf, and he'll cover it and hold on.
Ken, 22 left. That's all that separates the Fond du Lac Cardinals from going back to Madison, a place that they're very familiar with.
Well, this particular team, Mike, probably not so much. Benji Belongia played on that state tournament team that finished second. John Coleman was on that team.
Right.
That's just about it. To the best of my knowledge, those two players.
Sager been there, probably? Another save for Zink.
Might have been, I'm not positive about that.
1:16 left on the power play.
And 10:02 to the state tournament. Pulled back, Coda. Far side, Claggett teed it up there, shot, save, Zinkgraf. Up into the netting behind. Force another draw. Now Tuesday night, we're going to have Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball action as they will take on Sheboygan North that evening. And I believe we'll have that one at about 10 o'clock on Tuesday evening. Buck set up into the far side wing. Claggett on the far point. Coda shot, save, Zinkgraf. Flipped up into the air, far side corner. Umentum back to Claggett. 51 seconds remaining in the man at. Here's Coda. Trying to slide it down. Searle got a piece of it and cleared it. Abe Searle. And Waupun back to reload. Vandenberg down the corner into the near side wing. Sent this one off into the slot again. This time it's Andy King with a piece. And he drives at the length of the ring. 22 seconds to the man advantage. So it's moved off out of the far side. Here comes Brian Meadham in. Meadham gets bumped off by Searle. Walking in is Vandenberg. Shot, save, Zinkgraf. Puck cleared to the far wing. Claggett. Vandenberg now. Picked up there by Murray. He dumped it out. And back to full strength go the Cardinals. So, moving it up ice is Vandenberg. And this one is broken up. Loose puck here in the Cardinal end. Played back to neutral ice by Gerard Guyette. 8:21 to go. Sends it back out. Turned back in by Burgess. And it'll be worked back up ice as sending it out ahead is Joe Thurber. 4-1 your KFC score. And Gerard Guyette out to neutral ice. They worked it out ahead here. That's going to be an icing call apparently.
With 7:57 left. And that becomes the ally of the Cardinals right now. Keeps rolling. Waupun fans across the way are rather quiet. Have not had much to cheer about since the first 5.5 minutes of this game. And again, you've got to talk about similarities between this game and the game against the Ledgers here a couple nights ago. Cardinals started out slow for the first half period. And from that point on have really dominated both of those games. That has been the case again today.
Buck run around the rail here. Set up out in front, walking in Belongia, can't get a shot away. And it is dumped up into the Cardinal bench. across the way. Eric Ferdinand.
I think he got an error in that play.
Well, did it graze his ear or whatever over there? It was pretty close, I think, wasn't it? There's Eric, all dressed up, ready to go to Madison. Coming off in behind, here's Burgess. Troy Burgess, they worked it off the near side wing and back to neutral ice. Claggett goes back to get it. Claggett on the stick handle, played it off the far wing boards. Had it poke checked away. Searles now worked it out ahead there for Thurber. Right back to even Searles once again. That puck ricocheted off a Waupun player almost into the net.
I think Zinkraft got it with a waffle, and it kind of ricocheted, as you mentioned, right into one of the players from Waupun.
And the Zink Master here will glove this one and hold on.
7:02 left.
And we're going to get a face-off coming up back in the Cardinal end. On the glove side of Matt Zinkraft.
And a late change coming on. They're going to send back off. Ryan Cota came on for Waupun, but they're not going to allow that. He's got to skate back off again.
Not only are they not going to allow it, they could have called him for too many men on the ice. Yeah, the Cardinals are allowed the last change, not Waupun. So, off the near wing boards, as the puck is dug out there by Nelson, now Coleman. Coleman working out of the corner. It is picked up here by Vandenberg.
Got a penalty coming.
Special K. And it's going to go against the Warriors.
I think it's going to go against Vandenberg.
White minor cross check, 1A.
Josh Vandenberg to the box, 2 minutes on a cross check.
Number 18, Josh Vandenberg, 2-minute minor cross checking.
So,
Cardinals back on the power play. Thus far, they are 1 for 2.
and have looked good on the power play here today. And Zinkraft this time though is going to cover that one. Let me see. They put a different power play unit out here though this time. They had been going with Burgess and Coleman back on the blue line. This time they've got Abe Searle back there. Teed up by Cota, shot fired wide. Murray on the far
the
side
Cardinals,
wing. They
big
busted
bust
out
up.
here to Belanja.
Oh.
Benji Belanja, they lost the handle on it. And taken down out in front is Andy King. Puck back out. Vandeslund sends this one up into the side of the cage. And a whistle and a stoppage of play will get a face-off. 1:30 remaining in the man-ad.
Well, one thing that hasn't changed over the years is the Cardinals' domination of Waupun in tournament play. You know, some of the years gone by where Waupun has had some tremendous hockey teams, but when you get to tournament action, it just seems Fond du Lac has been able to dominate them year after year.
Well, it all goes back to, geez, what was that year, Mike, that you and I went over? The game to go to state was over at Waupun. And Waupun had won like 2 games all year, or 1 game all year.
3, I think
like
it was, something like that.
Yeah.
You're right.
And Fond du Lac really had the team to go to state, and Waupun upset them. And ever since then, West Bowling and the Cardinals have kind of owned the Waupun Warriors.
At least certainly in tournament action.
Well, even in the regular season, Mike.
Well, not this year. They lost and split. They lost and tied.
Lost and tied, but over the years, yeah, they really have kind of owned. They've had Waupun's number, and they've got it here again this afternoon. And short of a miracle, the Cardinals are on their way to Madison. Nelson down on the baseboard. Comes off here to Weiland. Weiland back out to the point. Coleman holding it there nicely. Dumped it back into the far corner. Claggett. Coleman again holding it. Now Nelson, that one up into the netting. Deflected up there. And Emmett Lanehart looks at the official who comes over to get a new puck and says, "This is your last one."
It probably about is. That one was tossed back in. That went out of play. They get to save that one. I can't recall seeing a high school game, Dave. There's been so many pucks thrown out of play as this one has.
Puck off the draw, driven out of the zone by Umentum. Far side wing, as it is moved up here by Kevin Clothes in over the blue line. Comes out ahead for Belongia. Belongia back onto the near side. This time they'll get it cleared. 20 seconds remaining in the man ad. And we're down under 5 minutes now in regulation play. 5 minutes to Madison. Coleman down to 6 seconds here in the man ad. And teed up here, Searle with a drive. That one broken up by Fromels, then come right back through the crease. Back to neutralize, here's Coleman. Special K as Umentum trying to take him down, and
Fromels with this.
Umentum gonna go.
Check it.
8 red misconduct.
Oh.
10 minute.
Well, now they didn't tell us. Apparently a 10-minute misconduct on Kevin Close. Well, these officials, Mike, have taken some abuse from the coaching staffs of both schools today, and I think maybe because of that they've been a little touchy with the kids. Out ahead, here comes McIntosh. Pete is tripped down by Ryan Coda. Coda back into the Cardinal end. McIntosh goes to get it. 4:05 remaining. Drive, Zinkraft save, loose puck here.
Oh.
And gathered in by Matt Zinkraft.
Well, good reactions again by Zink in the cage. Got the initial one. The puck slides behind him slightly, but able to reach back and grab that glove. And Sunny 97, WFDL, of course, see across the way. They're here this afternoon, but they'll be along with us this evening over at Winnebago Lutheran Academy as the St. Mary Springs Ledgers will play Mesmer Bishops with a chance to go to the state tournament. Pre-game show with Tom Beal, Greg Stensler at about 7:40 on that game. Get the call on Sunny 97 WFDL.
Puck brought back out to neutral ice. Ahead comes Weiland. His drive just took it down to the baseboards.
And the
Weiland
Cardinal
goes down.
Yep.
Weiland apparently shaken up on the play. And out comes Mr. Barnes, and
He almost took Abe Cyril out.
yeah. Had to use Abe Searle to stop him.
Well, 3:47 left in this game. Should we take a quick little break right here? Like we got. Let's pick up and see what happened. Do that before we go.
Well, I guess the drive, and then we get
don't
off
see
the
it up.
picture, yeah.
But he's getting up. We'll keep it right here, I guess. That's the worst thing. You don't need an injury at this point.
Well, it will force the draw. Let's see, before the next hockey game, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 days to rest, huh?
Well,
Gotta get a voice
okay,
back.
I'll go buy 4 more rolls of duct tape. It's about what it takes for a roll a day to keep you quiet.
Off of the draw, control here by Andy King. And now it is Levitt to push it back down into the Warrior end. Sent towards the slot. Broken up there by Claggett. Waupun looking to clear. But barring a miracle here for the Warriors, the Cardinals are going to go to Madison. And Mike, who would have thought that about 3 or 4 weeks ago?
About 10 days ago.
Yeah. Shot in, sink right with a save. And now they'll steer it and they'll cover it. But the Cardinals have gotten hot. Fairly peaking right at the right time here.
Here in the third period, the Warriors dominating the stat chart, but the Cardinals just doing a heavy back check at this point.
Isn't it amazing for a Final Act team that, where were we at the end of the season? 2-14-4.
You know, it happens.
And now they've won. They will have won 3 in a row.
Right. In hockey and basketball, almost every year you have a team with a real weak record make it to the state tournament. I guess that's why they have that second season.
That's right.
Give everybody a fresh start.
So on the near side, puck sent off onto the far side wing. There's McIntosh. He played it into the corner. We have 2:35 to go. Your KFC score is Fond du Lac 4 and Waupun 1. Matt Claggett wrestling this one airborne out to neutralize. Worked it out ahead here to DeFreeze. DeFreeze takes it down the far side corner. Bumped off the play, but still played the puck. And back out to neutralize. It is Ryan Coda. Coda dumping it back in, but the Warriors are very weary. And realizing that in all likelihood their season is going to come to an end.
Well, it's not even likelihood anymore. It's going to come to an end.
And helmet flipped off of Jimmy Fields here.
Call Insurance of Fond du Lac is your independent insurance agent. Whether your needs are auto, life, home, or health, Bob Call can help. So when you need insurance, you need Bob Call. Give a call at 923-4020.
And out on the ice, you see Matt Claggett down, taking a knee, Mike trying to rest.
And Fields now going to skate off. And they're going to bring in Weiland instead. No, check that. It's not Weiland. It's Schulke. Shane Schulke into the game for the first time. Senior skater.
Drive up over the top. Far side wing. It is set up here by Murray. Can't get it cleared. Now the drive there by Claggett. Coming off in behind. 1:35 to go to the state tournament. And walking in is Vandenberg.
Penalty.
Shot penalty. Yep.
I think you're going to get a pair of them here.
Loss check.
Oh, no, that's really foolish. All he needs is a game misconduct here.
Colleen.
That's real dumb. I'm sorry, that's real foolish.
Was. Well, they're talking this over. And
First of all, we've got a 6 red minor cross check. Then 5-minute major disqualification for fighting.
Okay, a game, that's just game disqualification?
Game disqualification,
Okay,
correct. So he's got 2 and 5.
2 and 5.
The 5 minutes is going to be the one that goes up first. It's not going to make much of a difference, but
5 up though, huh?
correct.
5 up?
well, you got it all there. Colleen is done. But you're right, Mike. That was
That's just downright
About as
foolish.
stupid a penalty as we've seen taken on
Yeah.
high school level
I mean, when you're right
since
there.
the old days of Madison East.
Yeah, when you're right there knocking it, if the game is over, I mean, you've got it. Why do you want to take a chance of getting a misconduct?
Well,
and maybe being out of the first game at state.
He's lucky, and I'm not absolutely certain that he's not.
7 minutes is actually going to go up on the clock. He is going to serve the penalty.
You know, I sort of hope that doesn't bar him from competing, but that would really be a real foolish move.
Cross-check and a 5-minute game disqualification on Brian Colleen for fighting.
Well, I tell you, you're allowed in the WIA, Mike, only 3 of those 5-minute game disqualifications per season before you are not allowed to skate in the state tournament or in tournament play. Did you know that?
Yeah.
1 minute left in the period.
So, played back down into the Warrior end. Ryan Cota goes down to get it. Cota's going to bring it out.
Yeah, you would expect to see that kind of a thing for the team that's losing with frustration.
Yep.
But when you're 4-1 in the scoreboard, I mean, what the heck you thinking? Guess you're not.
Cota, shot blocked there by Coleman. Kicked it back out. Now what do we got? Well, a helmet of Troy Burgess came off. I don't know why.
So we'll just bring the puck out of the zone.
Who's ever driving a white Honda with license plate FJL 895, you have to move it with blocking a bus. White Honda FJL 895.
At any rate, with 35 seconds remaining, and the Cardinals on their way to Madison. And
another one.
Slashing penalty now against Nelson. Well, I believe he did that just because he wanted to keep Brian Colleen some company.
Well, he's got plenty of company. They got 4 in the box. They got to build a bigger box pretty soon.
You're right. How come we got that many in the box?
I mean, right now, get one more, we got a good 5-handed card game going.
Well, they had 2 in the box because
2 on the 7-minute.
Because Colleen could not serve the penalty.
Right.
So a face-off here back in the Cardinal end. With 22 seconds remaining. Set up in the face-off circle. Sager played it back to neutralize. Worked off onto the far side, teed up by Claggett. His drive broken up by Searle. They'll call a hand pass there apparently.
Reminded, please be seated at the end of the game for the presentation of the sectional awards. Please remain seated.
And Malanja will go in with Vandenberg. And all this after just a couple of weeks ago. It was just a couple of weeks ago that the Cardinals were dealt a 5-1 thrashing by the Waupun Warriors, and now they're headed for Madison. Final score, your final KFC score, Fond du Lac 4, Waupun 1. Mike and I will be back to wrap this one up for you quickly after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Hockey Report.
There's no job too large or small for speed. With 2 locations in Fond du Lac and
Back here at the Blue Line FIC, and I mean to tell you, 10 days ago we had a hockey team that could not put more than 1 or 2 goals on. What do we got on there? Oh, okay. On the scoreboard in any given game, Mike, and here through the sectional now, the Fond du Lac Cards scoring, 15, outscoring their opponents 15-1 in the sectional to win this sectional and go on to the state tournament.
Well, Dave, it's a great story for the Cardinals. I guess, what I admire the most about this whole situation, like we talked later in parts of the game, it's a great story for why the system is made the way it is. Teams that can struggle through the course of the year, and Fond du Lac struggled for a lot of reasons. Injuries, for one of the major ones, could not get the puck in the cage throughout the course of the year. But they didn't at midseason and have to just kind of fold up and hang their heads. They had something to shoot for, something to focus on. And obviously West Bowling was able to get this group to focus on tournament play. They have looked like game beaters here in the latter parts. In the last 3 games we saw them in tournament play, they come out with smoke. The defense has been outstanding. They've got a hot goalie. They found a way to start putting the puck in the cage a little bit, and they find themselves going back to Madison.
Well, and it'll be the 5th trip down to Madison in the last 6 years for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. They'll play against the Eau Claire sectional winner at 8 p.m. on Thursday. I don't know exactly who that is, but I got a feeling that could be Hudson.
Hudson would be the favorite coming out of that sectional.
Most definitely. Mike, the final, because we got to get running here a little bit. We got another game to do tonight. Look at the final stats and a couple of highlights.
Okay, Dave. Looking at the stats here for the game, the Fond du Lac Cardinals end up with 30 shots on net, 29 for the Waupun Warriors. 28 saves in the game for Matt Zinkraft. He continues to be a hot goalie. Matt does give up 1 goal at the 5:20 mark in the first period. Early in this game, he gave up an early goal. But since that time on, threw another shutout, and he has stayed as a very, very good goalie, and it's nice to carry that in the state because, as I told you, my feeling is that a hot goalie can take you an awful long ways. That's the key guy on your team. Sean Fromwell, 26 saves in the hockey game. 10 penalties. I think this is a fact that West Bowling will not be happy about. 10 penalties for 31 minutes when you throw in all that monkeying around there in the latter parts of the period. That's kind of uncalled for. You're the team ahead. You've got nothing to get a little bit chippy about, and the Fond du Lac Cardinals did that today. There was no need for that, and I'm sure that West Bowling will not be happy in that category. 6 penalties for 12 minutes for the Warriors. Fond du Lac does have 1 penalty. I should say go 1 for 3 on the power play. Waupun 1 for 6 on the man advantage in this hockey game tonight. Stats brought to you by First Star Bank of Fond du Lac. Depend on us for all your banking needs. That is First Star Bank, bringing you our stat boards tonight as they have all season long. Well, we have one highlight to show you in the 3rd period of play. Fond du Lac entered the period with a 3-1 lead. Only 50 seconds into the period. I think this was the goal that really iced it early in the 3rd period to give the Cardinals a 4-1 lead. Belongia gets the goal. Klotz on the assist. Here's Dave Preston with the call.
Not unusual.
No, it's fun.
And set up Senegal. Benji Belongia.
Well, that one does put the icing on the cake early in the period, but as I said at that point, you knew Fond du Lac's defense is strong enough that when they get that kind of a lead, they're not going to give away 3 goals in the period, and they were able to hold on and win it 4-1 here this evening. So the Fond du Lac Cardinals, as Dave mentioned, move on to the state tournament. We'll play at 8 p.m. on Thursday against an undetermined opponent at this point. We think it's a strong possibility it could be Hudson. Ticket information will be released on Monday as to where and how you can get tickets for the state tournament, but that will be the time and place. So congratulations to the Fond du Lac Cardinals.